Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
Yo. You hear me? Yo. This is Judo Awoke Ace, another Hidden Hand Moment, Truth Talk Nation. Hold up, it's acting funny. You on? Okay.
Yeah, you good. Huh?
Okay. Mark, we got Mark from 7 Mile. Mizzle will be back. It's been some weeks, man, Mark.
Man.
It's been about 3 weeks,
Yeah.
man. I think July 17th the last time we came on here and did a show, yo.
Yep, seemed like it.
Man, I had a little tonsil problems, man, so had to handle that. It's going in and out. You got it? Okay.
That's just your headphones. I'm trying to tighten them up. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, man. So we got, man, it's a lot of big topics, man. We got, man, big tech and the world control. I don't hear myself. But, man, let's open it up. We got, what's been going on, man? We got opioid uses up in America, child deaths, with gun violence in the big cities. Road rage is up. Sudden death. Demonic images and hand gestures. If you go on my Instagram, I think I showed pictures of Doja Cat. The shit off, cut off all her hair.
Yeah, I seen that.
Cut off all her eyebrows.
I was wondering what the hell was going on with that. Like, I was like, is she playing a role for some reason? I don't follow Doja Cat like that, so I don't really.
Right, man. I just thought it was real.
Care, but I just like, what the hell? It just seemed odd. Like, what was going on with her?
Man, then we got U.S. citizens right now don't have more than $1,000 in their bank account. Layoffs is increasing while big tech and IRS is doing a mass hiring. You know, hate crime is up at an all-time high while police morale is at an all-time low. You know, we got nuclear war on the horizons. We got all this shit going on. And also we got civil war is brewing in the United States among they call it the January 6th insurgents and the white militia groups and white hate groups. Billions sent to Ukraine while most of the weapons is unaccounted for, and midterms is coming up in less than 3 months. So we got all this shit going on, man. Your headphones, you got a short end?
Yeah, maybe they do got a short, but I hear you.
Right.
Put that other pair on. How about that?
Which this one right here? No, it's on. Okay, I got it. Yeah, and so, man, it's just a lot of shit going on, man. Mark, man, we got the Trump raid. IRS raided Trump mansion or Trump Mar-a-Lago compound in Florida. Looking for what? Looking for weapons of mass destruction. They saying he got documents of weapons of mass destruction. This shit sound like the playbook from Saddam. And is this nigga Osama? Where he could have weapons, documents, Bush weapons of mass destruction. Like, nigga, wasn't he the president?
So now he's harboring weapons of mass destruction.
So we just gonna get into all this shit. Let's get into some of these picks, man. Let's talk about the Trump shit, man. We got the judge who approved the FBI raid was a representative. He represented Epstein's employees. So what is that? I think is Trump got some goddamn documents, them Epstein documents, and he hold them to sit there and blackmail motherfuckers. So that's really why I think the raid was, because why would the judge approve the raid who represented Epstein's employees? It got that pick. This seemed kind of weird. Because this people think like Trump is a dumb motherfucker or he's a racist. He probably is all that. I don't care. But one thing I know, he used to own casinos and shit. And he used to be around these motherfuckers.
So he knows something.
So he knows something. Plus he just left the office. So he got some paperwork on these people, man. You already know. Anyway, we got another pick. Trump packed up docs in his last days of being president. So, what did he pack up? Some say, too, allegedly, he packed up some files that was classified from his dad or his great-granddad that took a lot of the paperwork from Nikola Tesla. Yeah, because you know his great granddad used to be around Nikola Tesla, and all that shit. So it's deep, man, Mark. Anyway, what else next, man? Jude, I ain't been on in a minute. Let me get rolling. Hold up. Let me share some of this shit. But anyway, we got a video before we get into all the other stuff. China ad tells in Cantonese that America will fall by 2030 due to overspending, due to infrastructure bills that don't work, due to a rash of things where other empires have failed to, beefing amongst each other. And so let's roll this this video right quick before we get into this.
为什么强大的国家都会走向灭亡呢？古希腊、罗马帝国、不列颠帝国、美国，因为他们都犯同样的错误，与原来使得他们成功的原则背道而驰。美国政府企图以庞大的开支和税收来摆脱严重的经济衰退，巨额的所谓刺激开支。 庞大的医疗改革，政府接管私有企业，债务累累。当然，我们是他们的大债主。现在他们都得给我们干活。
Right. Beware of China. So this right here, this commercial came out like years ago. And you see the Chinese laughing because they the ones by 2030 is seem to take over the world with the strength, with the military, buying up the land, buying up the resources and all that. And so China is set to gain control of the world before or by 2030. In America, as you see, we beefing with each other. We got all the viruses out on lock. We got the lockdowns. We got the monkeypox on the rise. We got the COVID still out there, and we got other diseases that's out there that's that's coming out. So man, what's next right now? So let's get into the so everybody want to know the monkeypox outbreak. We got the monkeypox outbreak. Everybody's talking about. Well, how can you catch the monkeypox? And the big outbreaks has been in 3 cities: San Francisco, Atlanta, and New York. And it's hit the gay community hard. It hit them real hard. And so I got a video of the monkeypox outbreak. This came off the net, and they showing you how they got the outbreaks. It's 2 videos within one. So we're going to get into this real quick.
Hey guys, day 15 of monkeypox. Just giving you guys an up-close look at my lesions. Normally I'm clean shaven, but obviously I don't want to take a razor around this, but yes, they're painful, but fortunately I've got some good pain medications, so I'm hoping these are going to be falling off in a few more days. The recovery period is usually 2 to 4 weeks, and I'm expecting probably about a 3.5 week recovery period. I just wanted to share my experience on Twitter with y'all, and I know a lot of you have been following, and this is really hard to look at, so I ask for everybody to just have a little compassion and understand. If it's hard to look at, imagine what it's like to have. So there's a lot of people out there that have sores not on their face, but on their genitals or in their anal rectal area, and they're going through some serious pain. These aren't people who deserved to get a virus. They just simply got it. And so try to be compassionate. Just remember that they're people, and they're worried, and they're scared, and they're in pain too. If you know somebody that has it, reach out. I know there's a lot of people that feel alone right now, and are just wanting somebody to say that somebody's there for them. Fortunately, like I said, I don't have too much longer with these, but I am in a phase where I have other lesions appearing. So like my hand, I've got that little one appearing. I've got a couple on my left knee.
Those was 2 quick videos within one, just giving people, a brief description of what's going on with the monkeypox. Now, the monkeypox outbreak has hit Atlanta and New York and San Francisco very hard. But what people want to know is, how do you contact the monkeypox? Can you get it off of grocery carts? Can you get it from kissing? It's kind of like a chicken pox. Like chicken pox, you can get it from being around people, but it seems like this monkeypox is very sexual oriented. You know what I'm saying? To where you get it like my man said, he had it on the people got it on the genitals, on the anal. I only know stuff like that to be a sexual virus. Is monkeypox a sexual virus? We don't know. Is they ramping it up before the November midterm elections? Could be. That can be one of their little excuses to try to lock it down again. But like Michigan, we took the governor's power, so she can't even lock it down if she tried. She got her powers taken. So let's get into this next shit, yo. San Francisco couple nearly booted off her spirit over having eczema. So now this monkeypox scare is hitting the industry real tough, because people, you might show up with a damn sore, or you got a cut on your face, or your shit done got scraped. And they like, man, you can't enter on the bus, man. Do you got the pox? You know what I'm saying? So we got the picture of that with the monkeypox fears in San Francisco, to where these people was talking about suing. They had to show medical document to where they had eczema cream to even get back on the Spirit Airlines. Shit crazy. But the monkeypox, they ramping it up. So anyway, let's roll to the next shit, though. We got what we got? Shit, let me look at some of these stories. The switches. Well, today is big tech and world control. We're gonna get into some of these big tech stories. We got the ex-CIA engineer convicted for sending classified hacking tools to WikiLeaks. Now this was years ago. I'm showing you this because big tech right now, it seemed to be in world control. They with the World Economic Forum. They with the they got the mass money. Two of the top paid people in the world is Elon Musk. You got Bill Gates. You got Jeff Bezos. These are tech people. And tech people now is merging with Big Pharma. Big Pharma now is controlling what you can say on the net, what we can show on here. You know what I'm saying? I think we got censor mark some weeks ago.
Yep, pretty much.
Just for even telling you about some shit. So we don't even want to get too deep into this shit. You know what I'm saying? So what do this mean for the world? When the engineer, what did the classified hacking tools mean when he sent it to WikiLeaks? Well, this engineer for the CIA was working on kill switches and mechanisms within phones and all this can just shut down cars while they moving. Phones can blow up in your face. All time microwaves looking at you, TVs looking at you. See, this is all like, people was like, man, this is all conspiracy theory. Ain't no damn TV looking at you. Yeah, why they call smart TVs? You think the TV ain't looking at you? What about Alexa all in your house? She just talks when you might be saying something. She come on like, well, I didn't hear that. I done had my phone. Just all of a sudden, just bloop, bloop. Didn't hear that. I mean, Mark, that probably didn't have happen to you. And some people right here that's watching, it probably didn't happen to you with Alexas and your phones, your smartphones. The guy that was the ex-CIA engineer talked about this and talked about all this and gave it to WikiLeaks, which I think one of the dudes from WikiLeaks is still locked up to this day. And so let's get into this. Biden approved the infrastructure bill last year that includes kill switches in all cars by 2026. Now here in Michigan, I think me and Mark was talking about Mel Farr. Some might be familiar with Mel Farr. I think he used to play football too for the Lions. His son used to be for the Lions, but he used to own a bunch of car dealerships around here in the 90s and early 2000s. But what helped take him out was he put kill switches in the cars, and if you didn't pay your bill, your car just cut off on the freeway. Your car just cut off on the streets. So people sued because that was illegal. Now that Biden improved the infrastructure bill to put the kill switches in cars, now it's legal. So now all these cars, you get like these Teslas all these new cars, these electric cars. That's why they want you to go EV. EV is going to control where you can go and when you can't go. Your car might just stop and can't even go on a certain street because your car I can't go down there. Some shit be happening. And what's happening on that street? Big tech. So let's get into this video. We got big tech mind control, the tools that they're right now working on or already got or already had to control the mind or to pre-control the mind or to pre-think what you may be thinking before you even think it. Now, you ever had a phone to where it was in your pocket and you looking at something and then you pop up on your phone and then the commercial or an ad come on? You might be like, damn, I need some Hennessy. You just thinking and then you pop on your phone and Hennessy commercials come up. Like, damn, how did my phone know that? For real. Or you might be scrolling through you might be in the store looking at some True Religions and then you open your phone and here go the ads for True Religion on YouTube. Right, cutting to the break while you watching something on YouTube. Now let's watch this video from Big Tech and the mind controls, which they say they got all these tools and working on these tools. Let's roll it down.
Satan's surveillance system? Lambda, or Language Model for Dialogue Applications, is Google's artificially intelligent chatbot generator, which mimics speech by ingesting trillions of words from the internet in Google's massive database. Earlier this year, self-proclaimed mystic and occultist Blake Lemoine claimed that the chatbot had become sentient, meaning it was able to perceive or feel things beyond its problem-solving programming. While working as an engineer for Google, Lemoine talked with Lambda for hours on end to test if the AI used hate speech. After he claimed the chatbot was sentient and presented his evidence from their conversations, Blake was placed on administrative leave by Google for violating its confidentiality policy. He was told that there was no evidence that Lambda was sentient, and in fact, there was evidence against it. Was Google trying to hide the truth? Or was Lemoine just wrong? Is creating a sentient artificial intelligence even possible? And if it is, what are the risks associated with this creation? The so-called artificial intelligence essentially pulls data from a massive cache of digital information that Google feeds it from its servers, and calculates responses by synthesizing the data into an answer based on the question posed to it. If all of the data mined from the internet, including personal information, is used by Google to build their AI mind, then is artificial intelligence simply an extension of surveillance? Israeli professor and New World Order prophet Yuval Noah Harari believes AI draws its power from this data collection surveillance, and claims that artificial intelligence can hack our minds, in turn manipulating our actions through its self-synthesized algorithms.
I think the most important thing to know about living in the 21st century is that humans are now hackable animals. To hack a human being means to understand that human better than he or she understand themselves. We'll soon have the power to re-engineer our bodies and brains, whether it is with genetic engineering or by directly connecting brains to computers, or by creating completely non-organic entities, artificial intelligence, which is not based at all on the organic body and the organic brain. And these technologies are developing at breakneck speed. What we have seen so far, it's corporations and governments collecting data about where we go, who we meet, what movies we watch. The next phase is the surveillance going under our skin. To hack a human being is to get to know that person better than they know themselves, and based on that, to increasingly manipulate you.
Whether or not AI becomes sentient or can become sentient seems to be a distraction from the main danger point. We are being surveilled and controlled by algorithms designed by our own personal data, which is mined by Google and other big tech companies. Just as God knows our thoughts and deeds, a false omniscience is being built all around us as a snare in Satan's worldly influence. Although Satan can't know our minds like God does, he has always wanted to be like the Most High. And in his attempts to gain that power, he's used principalities in high places to build a platform for his total surveillance system of humanity. So beware of the AI algorithm and try not to step into Satan's.
We've been talking about this for a few years now. Big Tech. This is the book you need to get right here. Unrestricted Warfare. It talks about they don't need bombs no more. They just shut your system down. They just shut your electric grid down and blame it on the hackers. They just shut your car down. Shut your TV off. Your TV can explode in your house and kill you on spot. This is the new assassination tactics. Unrestricted warfare. Your phone can blow up. How do we get rid of these doctors that's sitting there telling people all about the viruses and what it can be? Hey, their phone gonna just blow up. This is tools they already been working on. This is tools that they done already took out people with. They just took out my man, Alo Harari, or my man, with a drone strike. He just stepped up on the porch, man, on the balcony, and they took his ass out. They've been waiting on him for years. They said they finally got him. So big tech right now is out of control. And if you look at the movies like The Matrix, Terminator, what do they talk about? Big tech, AI. AI taking over us because we're the cancer to the earth. We the ones messing it up, but it's really them that's going around flying in their big jumbo jets, their big yachts, emitting all the pollution, but they want to tell you that you can't even have a car. You got to get rid of all your polluted cars, and we need EV cars for the earth.
Or better yet,
right.
Cows.
Yeah, the cows.
Are emitting too much methane into the atmosphere.
See, we already talked about this months ago where they got 3D printed meat. Who's investing to all that? Bill Gates. Who's owning up the most farmland? Bill Gates. We call him BG. And so, of course, they're going to come in and try to take out 80% of the cows on Earth, or 90% and 10% is only left. Cows is important to the Earth as far as the fertilizer that helps the crops, the runoff that helps the fish, the leather that clothes us. If you look on a lot of these ancient cave writings, they got cows on it. But they don't want you to eat a steak. They want you to eat a 3D printed steak, like on The Matrix, where a man was eating fake meat, and then when they really brought him down to the realness, he was eating slop. He didn't want to eat the slop no more. Remember that on The Matrix? Mm-hmm. He said, man, put me back in the system so I could taste steak again. And like, moving on. So we got a video right now that we're going to get even deeper to where New Zealand calls for a decrease in cows by 80% due to the methane gas that they release. But cows been around. Yeah, we need to lessen up some of these meat. But getting rid of the cows, talking about they messing up the earth, that shit is crazy. Let's run into this.
While belching is widely considered to be rude, livestock don't seem to care. All day, every day, they burp. But it's not the act of burping that's the problem. It is the methane that they release into our atmosphere. The average cow emits a whopping 220 pounds of methane gas a day. Well, New Zealand is doing something about it by taxing burping livestock. Mike Drolet explains.
With a population of just 5 million, New Zealand's carbon footprint is relatively small. Its hoof print, however, is through the roof. And now, in a world first, New Zealand farmers will have to pay a tax for every one of the methane-emitting 10 million cattle and 26 million sheep that roam the scenic countryside. The farmers will be able to mitigate their tax burden if they lower emissions by modernizing their operations. Where the program could fail is if farmers pick up and move their operations to another country.
When you shut down farms and they go someplace else, then that doesn't mean that the demand for these products that these farms used to produce all of a sudden ceases to exist. The demand is still there and will be satisfied by somebody else elsewhere in the world. And that means that emissions will simply shift from one place to another.
Cows and sheep are ruminant animals, meaning they have four-chambered stomachs that act like fermentation vats that create methane, 95% of which comes right out of their mouths. As far as greenhouse gases go, methane traps up to 36 times more heat in the atmosphere than carbon dioxide does. And that's bad. But while the carbon dioxide we emit today will stick in the atmosphere for centuries, methane dissipates in far less time.
The good news is that methane is short-lived. It only lives about a decade in the atmosphere, and then it's killed, it's destroyed.
New Zealand is hoping for the kind of success seen in California, which has reduced the methane produced by its dairy farms by 30%. However, California did it through incentives, not taxes. Whether or not it works, the impact of burping livestock on global warming still pales in comparison to the real culprit: the exhaust belching out of our dirty tailpipes. Mike Drillay, Global News, Toronto.
You see that? First is the cows. Next is the chicken for the chicken poop. Then we got to get rid of all animals, or most of the animals, because, you know, they the reason that the ozone is all in the sky that's breaking up. Then it's us, humans. Humans create the most waste on Earth. And so when they say get rid of the carbon, your body is made up of carbon. So when they talk about carbon, they talk about getting rid of you. I'm showing you all these videos of Harari talking about, oh yeah, humans is nothing but a hackable animal. You can go to the movies again, like The Matrix, to where Agent Smith says humans is a cancer to Earth. They move into one area, they soak up the resources, then they move our way. That's Agent Smith saying. So now, once they get rid of all the cows and stuff and all the animals, next is going to be the plants. The plants create too much pollen. So we got to do indoor greening and growing. Because now we got a ad or a pic to where in the New York Times they talking about a taste for cannibalism. Because once they get rid of the cow, how they gonna get that taste, that blood taste, that medium rare taste? It's humans. They've been eating humans. I think one of the burgers Mark won best burger. It won best burger for having a human type taste. Y'all can look this up.
Wait a minute. Where was this competition held at for best burger? That the best burger was won?
I think in one of the countries where they know. I want to say Amsterdam, where they got, you know, they over there in Europe. They got a lot of pasture where they a lot of farming and all that, just like America. But they have like a World Burger Fest. Look it up. I think it's over in Hamburg or Germany or Amsterdam, to where this burger won best burger for having a human type taste and look. How do you know how human flesh tastes anyway?
And look, cooked.
Because once you get rid of all the cows, humans is going to be on the chopping block. They already is. Human trafficking, body part movement. We've been talking about all this. You put that pick up, the taste. Taste for cannibalism. And you can look all this shit up if you think I'm lying. Because I asked you, don't believe what I'm saying. Look it up for yourself. But boom, New York Times. And so while they talking about population control and too much meat, too much of this and that, they working on the 3D printed meat, air chicken. Why they working on all that? Because they plan on getting rid of 90% of meat on Earth. They're not just going to start in New Zealand. It starts in New Zealand and ends here. That's why they pushing all the vegan and the vegetarian shit. Yeah, that's good for a lot of people. But you should have a choice if you want to eat meat or not. They ain't giving you an option. They said either it's 3D printed meat or you can get fined for having too many cows. Wow. So we got another video I'm breaking it down real fast, moving real fast. Of a Hindu guru talking about population control at the World Economic Forum. Why is a Hindu guru talking about population control? He's all into the earth and into nature. Why is he talking about getting rid of humans? Let's break this down. Let's roll that.
So we're talking about a price and a value. So then how do we shift the values? Because if we're a values-driven society, then some of those directions tend to change. Are you seeing some of that change?
So you can change your values, but without changing the basic way we operate in the world. Or you can change the values, but if you don't change the practices, nothing is going to change. So what we need to focus right now on practices. For example, I'm picking on agriculture because it is the biggest land user and also biggest water user on the planet. The way we eat is ecologically disastrous. The way we dress is ecologically disastrous because the third largest polluter on the planet is textiles. Most people don't know this. So, everything that we do has become violent in the world, the very way we exist. So this transformation needs to happen, more understanding of not of ecological sciences, more of life in terms of that this life can only happen if everything else is well. This is slowly sinking into people. I feel in terms of awareness, substantial work has been done, but now it is time for action. Because if action doesn't happen now, the window of action that we have, once we miss that, then what we need to do will be much more, and the pain that we will go through as humanity will be much more. People think planet is in peril. No, planet is not in peril. Don't you worry about Mother Earth, she will bounce back. Only human life could become very cruel if we don't handle it now.
So in the session we just attended here at the Economic Forum, I think there was a sense of relief actually in your frankness. You brought up some issues that others are reluctant to bring up.
Always. All the religious groups are against me because I'm talking about population. They want more souls, I want less on the planet.
So we're talking about a price and a value, so then how…
Why is a guru talking about population control at the World Economic Forum? And this is the same forum they're talking about the decrease of meat. This is the same forum where Klaus Schwab said, yeah, once all this stuff come down, people are going to be angry. It's going to be an angry world. You got prime ministers being assassinated. You got Sri Lanka took over. You got Pakistan right now in uproar. Parts of Africa in uproar over high gas prices and the shortage on goods. Look it up. Britain right now is protesting. All over the world they protesting because it's not just affecting us. What affects us affects the world. If we don't get the goods or buy the goods, then third world suffers. That's why you see all the immigrants coming in on the border. They not leaving just because, you know what I'm saying, it's turmoil in their neighborhoods. They leaving because they starving. And it's free goods that Biden is offering them here. But on the other return, where's our stimulus checks? Where's our grants? Where's our upfront money? You giving all this money to the Ukraine. Here in Detroit, we got Ukrainians moving in and foreigners moving in mass, taking over the land. You're going to look up in 3 years, a lot of these big cities is going to be ran, I ain't going to say, been taken over by the foreigners because they got the money. Biden giving them the checks. But when you ask Biden for a check, he, oh, man, you good. So who is these people? We got a video right now. Vlad the Impaler, the real Dracula, is related to Prince Charles of Britain. These are the real bloodsuckers. How is that? How is Prince Charles related to the Vlad the Impaler, which is the real Dracula, which Vlad was killing Moors and sucking their blood? Let's roll this video.
Vlad the Impaler is trending after Prince Charles claimed that he's related to the 15th century Romanian warlord who helped inspire Bram Stoker's 1897 vampire novel, Dracula. Impaling was Vlad's favorite form of torture and execution, hence the posthumous sobriquet given to the nobleman who was known as Dracula during his time. It's estimated that as many as 100,000 people were victims of the sadistic tyrant. The heir to the British throne was touring Romania and touting the importance of conserving Transylvania's forests when he revealed the genealogical nugget. Dracula is a distant ancestor of his great-grandmother, Queen Mary.
Species is so vital to the survival of the environment. On my way, I'll be meeting a dedicated group of individuals whose passion for this area is helping to redefine its importance as one of the great surviving wonders of the natural world. These include a Transylvanian count who is working to conserve some of the most ancient of Carpathia's medieval villages, and His Royal Highness Prince Charles, who can trace his ancestry back to Romania's dark and distant past.
The genealogy shows that I'm descended from Vlad the Impaler, you see. So I do have a bit of a stake in the country.
As it were.
I had to show you all that. Because people don't even think Dracula is real, Mark.
Yeah, I know.
Most people don't even know who Vlad is. And why is he up in Transylvania saying, I got stake in this? And he's supposedly Britain. But what y'all don't know, the British monarch ain't from Britain. They're Germans and from Transylvania. So how did they get control of Britain? Through Queen Mary. This shit is deep. They took out, see, back in the day, they took out Moorish nobility and established themselves. So now we look up, now we see all these white monarchs. But before them, it was black monarchs. This is fact. If you go back deep down in the history, it was a black pope. And we keep wishing, when we going to get a black pope? It's been black popes. Europe know this. They're educated on this. We just not, we're put in the dark about this shit. These are the real bloodsuckers of the earth. Prince Charles' father, who passed away, said he wants to come back when he died as a virus.
Huh.
This is real talk. You can look that up. This is real talk of what his dad said. Prince Charles. Prince Charles' mama has the most property in the world. She owned places like Canada.
He wants to die and come back as a virus.
Who?
Is that what you said?
No, his dad, the one that just passed.
Oh yeah,
the one.
He wanted to come back as a virus.
As a virus. His dad.
Who said that he said that? He said it?
He said it himself. Just like this is the son said there's too many people on earth. The son, see, they into this.
See, my thing is, I think that was that wasn't a premonition, right? That was something that he knew that was being planned.
Right.
And he knew that would probably be unleashed after he died. And
some of these viruses that's released right now might have his blood in it. They're grew in labs. I think one of the viruses, I want to speak on what it is. One of the viruses have pieces of one of the first persons to ever get cancer or something is in one of these viruses that's being released. So you got to understand, CDC and the world laboratories that they got all these old viruses, or they go to these old places to try to get this old DNA and merge it with the new viruses to help kill us off, because they know a lot of our DNA or our blood is weakened. And so they got to go like to places like Sentinel Island, places like deep up into the what is that? Deep up in the Amazon to get some of these older people with the old blood that's been untouched. You know what I'm saying? And so the shit can get deep, man. I can get deep. I can talk for a whole hour on that. But we're going to switch notes, though. We got my man Rotimi. Y'all know him from Power. He came on Twitter a couple weeks ago saying that Africa, the people in America bit off Africa the swag. I guess we took their clothing styles, we took the way they dressed, the talk, to everything. But last time I checked, it's the other way around. That'd be saying like Motown, man, Mark, took from African beats. No, Motown was started off of here, right here, off of our sound. We didn't steal shit from Africa. Maybe some drums or something, but the drums is all around the world. So we got a video Rotimi saying from Power that Africa is the place to be because the air is so fresh, the water is so fresh. Then why you here? This was what killed me before we get into this video. The foreigners come here, play us, African Americans or Moorish Americans, and then say we ain't shit. This is what they do. You know what I'm saying? So let's play this Rotimi Power. Then I'm going to show you a video within this video of how Africa looked today, 2022. Let's roll it.
No matter what country, it don't matter what country, you live in 10 times better than most rich people here.
Mm-hmm.
There's wealthy there and there's rich here. There's a big difference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, experiencing that and seeing that, and then just the style, the swag, everything has been stolen from there.
Come on, talk your shit.
You know what I'm saying? So I think everybody just needs to know that they need to go home, and even just the air, like the air is crisp. You can breathe. Like when you breathe in America, bro, it's like you breathing in problems, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God,
and
listen.
like yes, anxiety. When you leave,
boy.
Oh man, Africa, bro, all that anxiety is out, bro. All of that.
Two parents. This is their bed. This one.
So they just, spread it and sleep on it.
And they sleep on it. So they have another one. This is for children. So 80 children sleep on this.
Oh.
They took it from the garbage there.
These old 8 children belongs to her?
8 children belong.
Today's technology is lacking in Burundi. The jobs that exist in other countries don't exist here. We are on our way to conduct interviews with professionals from various classes of society, including policemen or carpenter. A person who owns a bicycle is considered to have a profession in Burundi. These people try to hold on to life by carrying the products from the farmers to the markets.
How far does he carry this load?
1 ton, they might go and get back around 9 hours. In fact, they are taking them from another province, countryside. They earn 3,000 per day, approximately.
1,000 kilometers of roads in Burundi, but only 14% of it is asphalt. There are people washing their bikes in the puddle of mud that formed after the rain. Some people dry their rain-soaked clothes on an electrical transmission tower on the street because they don't have a home.
We are at the meeting and eating point of cyclists on a highway. What is that?
This is sweet potato, 100 Burundian.
How much does she? And this geography, which has many mountainous areas, is unfortunately not enough to feed 12.5 million people. The most populous city, Bujumbura, has a population of 380,000 people. We are in the Buterere district in the center. The first striking detail is that there are children everywhere. The kids of the neighborhood are busy fishing. 65% of the country's population is under the age of 25 and 45% is under the age of 15. Only 3% are 65 years old or older. They don't have many toys to play with. There are children spinning a tire with a stick, playing board games with beer cans, making toy cars out of plastic bottles, and playing football with a hollow tire. According to the...
So here we are. CMS. So I'm gonna walk on this pavement, and I'm not excusing myself to go to this side because of the motorbike. So if people are coming from the opposite direction, they give me way now. You see? You see that? Anyway, wow. Okay, cool. That kid is so funny. The kid just saw the camera and she was ready.
I must be in this TV today.
I'm telling you.
No matter what country, it don't matter what country, you live in 10 times better than most rich people.
So, I don't know what team he talking about, because I showed you his scene, and then I gave you two different countries of Brunei, and then I get the end that was Lagos, Nigeria. And so people, it's quick to say we need to go back home. Man, I'm not going back over there, man. Even the poorest people here don't do what they do over there. Even in Detroit, places like Chicago, Baltimore don't have piss and shit running down the streets.
So how about the people that say, yeah, so, it looks empty over there to you, right? But it is plenty of room to build something. It's something that we can invest in. There's a lot of opportunity there in the lack that is there on the land.
There's a lot of opportunity in Africa. It is. Like Ghana got a where you can get your citizenship rights to abode, but it's so much red tape. If they really want to build an alliance, Mark, with us, give out some of these passports. Open up the citizenship to us. The Jamaicans don't do it. The Africans don't do it. Europe damn sure ain't doing it. We got to go over there and we got to be something more. You got to show a bank account. Like, man, we got to be, show something. You got to have like $500,000 or $100,000. But when they come over here, they can come over here with two pennies rubbing together. And we accept them into the community. But you can't go over there to their countries and get a citizenship. You just can't. They like, oh, no. You guys over there in America, you don't know who y'all are. I'm like, come on, yo. They quick to say that. But last time I checked, all the countries in Africa is have English names. South Africa right now, we got a pick. South Africa gets $8.5 billion to phase out coal. So that's trying to keep them poor. But on the other side, China is emitting all type of coal into the air. So why are you keeping Africa down? And why is the niggas over there letting them do this? This is how you go over to Africa right now. This is why I ask everybody to travel. So I had a discussion with one of my brother's boys. He think, you know what I'm saying, like Europe was just so beautiful. It is got beautiful parts. But when I've been over there, it's white people sleeping on the ground everywhere. Europe is...
What city did you go to?
Numerous cities. All through Europe. And if you go to places like Spain, Valencia right now, you got white people sleeping on the ground. That's why they flee to over here in Ireland and all that. They were starving. In Britain, they were starving. That's why you look at the real white people, their teeth is kind of jacked up. Due to the water. I just tell you, just go on over there. Don't just go on there over there with on a cruise ship or just step off into London. Travel beyond London. Go to Europe and travel deep up into Europe. Or you don't even got to go that far. You can go into the major cities of Athens. White people is broke in Europe. But they tell you, oh, white people in Europe, man, they all doing well. So why they want to flee that mud? And come here. If you go to parts of what is that? Parts of Africa right now. I just showed you little kids playing with tires. Turning the backs of or the bottoms of pop bottles cutting them and forming them to balls. You can't even find that here in America in the poor communities of Detroit. Kids playing with tires, with piss and shit running down the streets. Come on, y'all. And you telling us, y'all need to go back. Y'all need to go see. Man, I don't want to go see that. Yes, I want to go to parts of Africa to where, yeah, go to the beach. But I'm going to go over there as an American. I'm not going over there saying, oh, my brothers and all this shit. Hell no. We tried that shit. They come right over here like Rotimi, who play on Power, African American. You couldn't get it popping with a Power over in Africa. Where's your African shows that's popping? No, you got to come over here and play us and tell us to go back over there because we stole your swag. Right. So I think that's about it. We can open up the lines, man. If they want to call in and dog me out about that. But I tell you, hop on a plane or a boat or however you got to get over to these countries. And you tell me, is it worth living over there? Yeah, you might have some money, have some money and want to live in the Caribbean islands or, whatever. But get this book right here. Power. One of the 11 best sellers in the world. But yeah, man, like, you know what I'm saying? My first two kids, man, they're mixed, or I ain't gonna even say they mixed. Us, the African Americans, and they're Eritrean, from Eritrea, my first two daughters. So I'm familiar with the African community on how they look at us and how they look at the African American women. They hate y'all. They talk behind your backs. They despise you. But yet, if you look on TV, they want to be you. Look on Instagram. They want to be you. So, Anything else, man, Mark? What's going on with the events popping for next month?
Oh, man. We got the Potathon. We got the school supply drive, man, all coming up on September the 24th at Say Detroit Play Center, on 7 Mile and Van Dyke, formerly known as Lemke Recreation Center. So, yeah, man, we got a big thing going on, man, a whole podcast marathon. We got 7 hours. We're going to be out there. We got our own podcast tent. We still got vendors rolling in. So that's what I'm just here, sitting here now hooking up a flyer for one of the vendors who just paid during the show for their vendor spot on the Potathon floor. So we're going to do that real big on the 24th. Have some guest speakers, all of our all-stars from the network coming out doing an hour podcast, 45-minute hour podcast each. Yeah, we're going to have a fun time, man. Got some bounce houses going to be out there. All kind of stuff for the kids, cotton candy machine, hot dogs, just a real good family fun day out there on the baseball field.
Do they got family fun day in Africa?
I don't know.
No, they don't. Because the $8.5 billion is only going to go to a certain group. It ain't going to be no family fun day. So I know I'm going to get a lot of inboxes, man, on my Instagram. Judah, how dare you, man? Now you to watch you. How dare you disrespect us? How dare you disrespect us? See, we got to start taking up our own and stop saying like we all with them. We're not one big happy black family. We been here in America. My grandmother been here. My grandfather. They parents was here. They parents was here, and so on. So how dare you tell us to go back over there to the homeland? This ain't our homeland. Last time I checked, it was Detroit, Michigan, in the South. That's the real homeland, the South, where the red dirt is at. So, you can let the immigrants claim the fame and say we ain't worth shit and we stole they swag. Last time I checked, hip hop is one of the major things that they listen to. And like the people like Bad Bunny, who's one of the #1 selling artists, look up to us. He tell you, like, man, I love rap and hip hop, R&B, jazz, rock and roll. We started all that. God, last time I checked, rock and roll didn't come from Africa. That shit came from like what, Chuck Berry or something? And before that, Muddy Waters. Last time They the ones started the music down. What was it? What is that music called? We got the Muddy Waters. We got the forget it. But you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, man, Mark, what else was popping, man? I guess that's about it.
Yeah, I guess so. I think yeah, you done played all of the videos and the pictures. I don't think we got nothing much left.
Yep.
But just make sure everybody come to them. Let me see if I can load these flyers up for these events right quick for y'all real quick while we have some time. Like I said, one is the Podathon. Let me get that call-in number off of there since they didn't want to call in. We got the Podathon coming up on September the 24th. That is right there, the flyer. You see it on the screen. You can screenshot it if you want to. And that is coming up on September the 24th, like I just said, at Safe Play Detroit Center on Van Dyke and 7 Mile. Address is right there on the flyer, and at the same time we will be doing a school supply drive. So if you want to donate to that, you want to sponsor or vendor either one of these events, you can inbox this page on Facebook, or if you're on YouTube, you can send us a message there as well if you want to sponsor or vendor this event, because we'll be doing live streaming of the podcast from both of those events. Well, it's the same event, it's just two different things going on, so I just wanted to make an extra flyer specifically for the school drive.
Yeah, I'll be there. You already know.
Hidden Hand is going to be there. We have the Think Podcast going to be there. Revolutionary Wealth Builders is going to be there. Who else is we going to have? I believe that Detroit After Dark is going to be there. I can't even remember all of the shows we have on the network. It's bad, but yeah, we got a lot of us that's going to be there in the building. That's going to be streaming live during that podcast marathon.
Yeah, we got Breezy. I'm saying America has more money. That's why they come to the U.S. for money and perks. Yeah, they also come to the U.S. to steal from us.
Steal from us. Breezy, your jacket's here in the studio. I got to find it. I hid it from myself because Judah took 3 weeks to get back into the studio and shit. So when it finally came, so now we got your jacket here. I got to find it. I hid it from myself.
Right. And so, you know what I'm saying, just don't let these foreigners know your history. Always read up on your history and what we accomplished, what we built. Because last time I checked, if you go through some of these ghettos of the U.S., I don't see kids playing and pissing shit running down the streets. I just don't see it. I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I guess that's about it, man. I done ran it down. I'm a little rusty, so, you know, I had to run it down real quick. So I'll be back next week when you already know with some Hidden Hand truth.
Make sure y'all subscribe to the pages that you're tuned in on. If you're on Facebook, subscribe to that page on Facebook as well as YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, go to Facebook and subscribe to our Facebook page as well and the YouTube page. I need everybody on both pages so you'll never miss a notification when we go live. We got a lot of shows. We got a lot of dope information and conversation on the network. So make sure that you follow the pages and get the notification when we go live.
Yeah, you also can hit me up too if you want to ask me any questions or see some of the content that we can't put on this show. Hit me up at Judah Awoke Ace. That's on Instagram. I'm always dropping that truth on there on a lot of videos that we can't put on here because, you know, we get censored a lot.
Flagged, man. We've been getting hit, man. Y'all, man.
They don't want Judah, man, talking, man.
Judah is the only show on the whole network out of 22 shows. Last 22 shows we've had on the network, he got flagged probably about 9 times, I believe.
I done had a lot of shows been taken down, just not on this show, but on my own on YouTube. You already saying that. They've been flagged for medical misinformation. This can be stuff from the news.
Yeah.
You know, this is going to be an article. I pulled out of Newsweek and just, you know, here you go. Oh, no, medical information, man, Judah. Don't show them no articles. Show these niggas no articles and let them learn nothing. Flag on the play. A big yellow flag. Now I see, you see what the thing is. They got a referee.
Yeah, flag on the play. Yep.
Flag on the play. What is this, NFL? But I can't make this shit up. Like I said, follow me on Judah Awoke Ace. I'm on Instagram, always dropping that truth. And I'll see you next week. This is the Hidden Hand Podcast, Truth Talk Nation. And this is Judah Awoke Ace. I got Mark from 7 Mile. We'll see y'all next week.
Warning. You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.